Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to KPI Green Energy Limited Q3 and FY25 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Harsh Patel from Share India Company. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. Congratulations on good set of numbers. On behalf of Share India Securities, I welcome you all to Q3FY25 earnings conference call of KPI Energy. We are pleased to have with us the management team represented by Mr. Alok Das, Group CEO, and Mr. Salim Yahoo, Chief Financial Officer of the company. We will have the opening remarks from the management followed by the question and answer session. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
All right. First of all, a very warm welcome to our investor Concall for KPI Green Energy. I'm Siddharth Thakur, part of CMD's office, and I'm delighted to have you all join us today. Over the last 10 years, KPI has been at the forefront of India's renewable energy transition, evolving into one of the country's leading integrated players in the sector. With a strong focus on solar and hybrid energy projects, we continue to expand our footprint domestically. As of today, if you look at our overall group level, we have a robust portfolio of 5.2 plus gigawatts, with 1.4 gigawatt already commissioned and a strong 3.8 plus gigawatt order book. Our expertise spans end-to-end EP services, O&M capabilities, and the RESCO model, ensuring that we deliver reliable, sustainable, and scalable renewable solutions. With a solid execution track record, a robust project pipeline, and a growing presence in India's renewable energy landscape, we remain committed to accelerating the clean green energy transition, scaling capacity, and strengthening partnerships and delivering long-term value for our stakeholders. Today's discussion will focus on our recent performance, ongoing projects, strategic initiatives, and growth outlooks. To take us through the updates in detail, I'm also pleased to announce Dr. Alok Das, who is our Group CEO. Dr. Alok Das brings extensive leadership and experience in the renewable energy sector, business strategy, and project execution. Seasoned leader with over 30 years of experience in the renewable energy sector, he brings an exceptional track record with this primary industry from giants like Suzlon Energy, Reliance Energy, and NEPC. An esteemed alumnus of IIT Kanpur who has earned his PhD in renewable energy, I will now hand over the podium to Dr. Alok Das.
Hi, good morning, dear investor. I'm glad to be here in front of you. Basically, I want to give, because there is a team here, I want to give the preview of where KPI Green today. See, basically, now the future is green. Probably you all know that the country is moving towards the net zero. And our Prime Minister has given a set target, 500 gigawatt by 2030 and net zero by 2070. As on today, there are 205 gigawatt has been installed, and there's a solid gap of over 300 gigawatt. That means every year, country should witness about the value addition of 59 to 60 gigawatt. That consists of solar, wind, hybrid, other things. So, looking into our trajectory and year-on-year connection, so we are KPI Green in a better position because any project requires three things. Number one, resource creation, and number two, project execution and supply. And we are here in a position for all kind of resource creation and project execution. You know that what Siddharth told just now, 4.2 gigawatt under the pipeline. And there are at the group level, we have a target about 10 gigawatt participation up to 2030. So that means our future path is very clear for the stakeholders, what we want today. And latest by whatever the present budget declared, there are also, three positive things are happening. Number one, there is a manufacturing facilities to a PLI scheme under Make in India initiatives. Number two, there is export possibility. Number three, green corridor creation, what is infrastructure development, like the transmission line, other things. And we are all there to create every kind of support on behalf of KPI Green. In a nutshell, Today, we are doing solar, we are doing wind, we are doing, this hybridization. And also in futuristic, we are also adding some more verticals. So in the time to time, we'll let you know that what kind of KPI Green is venturing into. So with this trajectory, we are all positive, and in a nutshell, the future is very much great. With this, so let us start our discussion today and for all kind of deliberation with you, and we can give you all of your queries. Thank you very much.
Now I'll hand over the call to Mr. Salim Yao, CFO at KPI Green Energy.
Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you, Dr. Arup. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for KPI Green Energy Limited Investors Concall. I am Salim Yao, the Chief Financial Officer of KPI Green Energy Limited, and it is my pleasure to present the financial performance and key highlights of our company for the quarter ended and for the 9 months ended December 31, 2024. We are proud to report another outstanding quarter, marking record-breaking result as we continue to achieve our highest ever turnover for the third consecutive quarter. This consistent growth underscores our strong market positioning, strategic execution, and operational efficiency. Over the past quarters, we have delivered strong results with total revenue of 466.1 crore, a super 40.6% increase compared to the same quarter last year. Our EBITDA for quarter 3 reached 144.54 crores, reflecting a 38% year-on-year growth, while our profit before tax surged 114.94 crore, marking an increase of over 60%. Most impressively, our profit after tax climbed 85.15 crores, up by 68.26% compared to the previous year quarter. These figures underscore the effectiveness of our operational execution and strategic financial plan. Expanding our focuses to the 9-month performance, we have truly set a new benchmark. Our total revenue for the 9-month period has reached 1,177.35 crores, representing a 59.5% increase over the 737 crore in the corresponding period of the previous fiscal year. And let me highlight that what we have done in the previous fiscal year, the entire full year, we have surpassed that also. This robust performance is further highlighted by our EBITDA, which grew 411.44 crore, an impressive increase of 66% increase that already surpassed the full year EBITDA again for FY23-24. Our profit before tax for the 9 months stood at 302.2 crores, a significant 93% increase from the last year, while our profit after tax reached 221.1 crore, reflecting an 86% growth over the previous period. So in short, we have surpassed all our previous financial year figures in all the parameters, whether it is top line or the profitability. In quarter 3 alone, we have secured major contracts with Coal India Limited for a 300 megawatt AC ground-mounted solar PV project, reaffirming our leadership in large-scale renewable energy projects. As you are aware that we have entered Maharashtra to the biggest Mahagenco project which we have taken. So we have also started our execution in Maharashtra with a 100 megawatt AC solar project. And further, we have expanded our renewable portfolio through strategic MOUs with the government of Rajasthan and Odisha. Notably, our flagship project, 240 megawatt DC solar project at Khavda in Gujarat, is progressing ahead of schedule, which is a trademark that we always try to close our project before the schedule that is given to us. This shows our integrated advanced technologies and contributing to the local employment that we always keep in our mind. On the operational side, as of January 15, 2025, installed capacity has grown to over 533 megawatts, supported by a strong order book of 2,869 megawatt, that is 2.86 gigawatt, with a power evacuation capacity of 2.59 gigawatt and a land bank exceeding 4,180 acres. We are well positioned to capitalize our future opportunities and drive our expansion in the renewable energy space. Our performance in both quarter 3 and 9-month period reflect our commitment to excellence and our strategic focus on sustainable growth. We continue to build on our strong foundation by optimizing our operations, expanding our project portfolio, and entering new markets, all while delivering increasing value to our investors. With this, I thank you all for your continued trust and support, and now open the platform for question and answers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Garvit Goyal from Anvist Analytics. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Garvit, you're audible.
Good morning, sir. Congrats for a decent set of numbers. I have three questions. One is on our IPP segment. In this segment, I was looking at your PPT, and what I found is both installed capacity and OIH number for this particular segment are similar to last quarter. So is there any specific reason for it? And if yes, can you please help us to understand, like, why are we facing any challenges in this particular segment?
So, if I correctly understand your question, you are saying the installed capacity in the last quarter and this quarter were the same, right?
And order in hand also for IPP segment.
So IPP segment, we have already taken, you need to understand, in IPP, we have to invest our own capital and set up the plant and sell the power. So that is our IPP segment. So in IPP segment, we already have sufficient order book on the IPP side, and for which we have tied up with the bankers and financial institutions for the debt capital which is required. Now, we have lot of inquiries where we want to do IPP, but we have to keep in mind our leverage and we have to keep in mind our repaying capacity, all those, our rating and everything have there. So that's the reason we have enough book right now for IPP. Once we see that, this book start getting executed and completed to a certain limit, then we will start adding more and more IPP. That's why IPP, we have taken approximately 1.3 gigawatt from GUNL itself. So that we will start working on that, where we have already started working on the first 50 megawatt, then 370. So once we start moving progress in that, then we will add up more IPP.
So we are not facing any challenges in execution, right?
Not at all. In fact, we are welcomed by the institutions and by the customers also to add more and more IPP.
Understood. And second thing is just a clarification on this year guidance. Like in last Concall, you mentioned 60 to 70% at least revenue growth for this particular year. But in recent interview, Faruk sir has given a number of 50 to 60%. So what is the right number for this year, sir? And years going ahead as well.
Yeah. So I said 60 to 70 in the last, and Faruk said 50 to 60. So both have 60 common. You can take 60 as a common factor both. Minimum. I'm again saying minimum. It is a minimum that way.
Okay. So, and thirdly, on like looking at the geopolitical tensions, and we all know that we are having our own plants in India, and customer base is also based out of India, so we are having no connection as far as revenue is concerned with the rest of the world. But looking at the supply chain things, like are we facing any issues related to supply chain that may impact our margins going ahead, or a shortage of the components that we use in our project execution or anything like that, sir?
We do a well planning before even taking the orders for the CPP side. And on the IPP side, if there is an increase in the module cost or anything, the tender gives sufficient space for increase in the, the rate also, equivalent. So that is also mentioned. So I don't think we will face any problems on the supply chain side also. As far as the, execution is concerned, we are well geared up for executing those, and supply chain, we take care of that. We do a proper planning for that. So I don't think neither the price will impact us, neither the availability will impact us.
And sir, this quarter our margins showed a dip Q1Q basis. So what is the specific reason for it, and what is the guidance for rest of the year and years coming ahead?
Right. If you see, the EBITDA margin has, gone a little bit lower compared to the previous quarter. The reason is that if you see trend in the previous quarter, that's when the seasonality, the rainy season is there. So in this quarter, a lot of our billing is on the service side, which includes less of material and some components like licensing, land collection, and all those things are done. So we do a lot of billing on that side. So in that, thing, the margins are a little bit higher because there is no, material component in that much. So that's why it is. And automatically, this quarter, we have done a lot of material purchase. So again, you will find a little bit shrinking there. So it's a seasonality factor. It is not something that the margins have gone down. It is just that you see the trend of last year also, you will find similar. If you see last year, we had around 33 to 34% in the second quarter, and third quarter against 31 against something like that. So it will be a small dip because of the way the billing is happening. It's a milestone billing that's it.
Understood, sir. That's it from my side, sir. All the best for the future. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rashil from Pins Wealth. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, Rashil. Good morning.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Congratulations for the great numbers.
Thank you, Rashil. Thanks.
So my first question is that what is our portfolio PLF as on 31st December? In IPP segment?
PLF.
Yeah. Plant load factor.
Yeah. I'll tell you. See, in IPP, we have two kinds of plants. One is fixed in the solar side, and another is tracker based. Okay, because when we started long back, at that time, fixed was something which was in thing. So we have done. So some portfolio is fixed. On the fixed, we have around 18% of PLF on an average. And the tracker base, you'll find we have at least 23 to 24% kind of, depending upon the location and everything. And as far as the wind portfolio, we have hybrid also. The wind itself will give you 34 to 35% of PLF, the wind component.
And so what is this tracker base? Like, can you explain this?
So there are two types of, what we say the solar plant. One is fixed, that, it has a tilt which is fixed. The panel doesn't move. And one is tracker based. It is run by a motor which tracks the sun and always remains perpendicular to the sun. So the generation is higher because the panels are always perpendicular to direct parallel to the sun. So it gives a better quality. So it keeps on moving. It's a moving and it's a non-moving, you can say, in a simple language.
And so then currently after 171 megawatt, which we have solar installation capacity, so can you tell how much will be tracker base and how much will be the fixed?
I think you can say...
in terms of, installation megawatt.
75-20. Yeah, at present it's 75-25.
75 is fixed and 25 is tracker based.
75% fixed and 25% would be the tracker.
Okay. And sir, last year we generated, last year we generated 21.3 crore units kWh. So what will be their PLF? What will be the PLF of that? Because since this year we must have added, so on an average, PLF might have come down, portfolio PLF, because we added some. So if I see the... Sorry?
To find the exact PLF, it is difficult to arrive at an exact PLF of all these 21,000 crore units. The reason is that we have different plants. We have a hybrid plant, we have tracker plant, we have fixed plant. So all will have a different PLF. Okay. So now you have to calculate the weighted average and everything. It will not give you a picture which you can decide on anything. But believe me, all the three plants are giving one of the best PLF that we have.
Okay. And so what will be our realization in IPP blended as on today?
See, as on today, I have approximately 6 rupees plus kind of a realization. That is at the gross level.
Gross level. And net level, sir?
So sorry, I'm saying net. That is at a net level 6 rupees.
Okay.
And gross will be go around 7 plus something. Sometimes it goes up to 8 also. There also, you have different factors. So if it is not utilized, then we get APPC rate also, and we also get the customer's minimum utilization rate. So it's a different, calculations that has to be done.
Okay. And so going forward, since, a lot of capacity is coming under IPP also, so going forward, do we believe that that realization will be the same, or we'll see some dip in realization?
See, going forward, what we have, we are setting up the IPP is now for GUNL, where the rate are fixed. So on an average, I get 3 rupees plus kind of a 3 rupees kind of a rate for the GUNL project, and the GUNL projects are bigger. So if I look at the entire portfolio, which I am getting 6 rupees today for my existing portfolio, if I combine both of them, I would reach at around 4 or 4.5, because then the 3 rupees also will play. But believe me, my IRR won't reduce because the plant that we are setting now are at a lower cost compared to one which we have set earlier. So automatically my IRR is better. And the earlier plants all are debt free So that revenue is, free cash flows for now.
Okay. And so this 3 rupees per unit will be like, then we don't have to pay any transmission charges, nothing. It will be like pure net.
No.
So government will bear it, like transmission loss and all, right?
Yes, it will be pure net, and it is signed with GUNL, one of the best paymasters. So all payments will come mostly in advance also.
Okay. And sir, like second question is that, recently we have been seeing there is an anti-provisional duty on glass. So do we see that going forward that solar module price will rise and that might impact in our EPC contract as well as in IPP?
In the IPP, as I just highlighted on one of the question earlier also, that in the tender itself, there is a clause which allows you to increase the price of the rate depending upon the change in the prices of the modules. So through that, the rate will automatically. So I am not going to get hit by the change in the module prices, because ultimately the glass price will increase the module price. So there we are safeguarded on the IPP side. On the CPP side, we always do back-to-back tie-up with the module manufacturer whenever we book an order and everything. So that also mitigates to some extent my risk on the CPP side also.
And sir, just last question is that, we are looking to different geographies now, Odisha and, and Rajasthan. So like, since Gujarat, we had a like good hold, like, in terms of land acquisitions, in terms of finding lands and, setting up the plant. So like going now out of geography, like going to other geographies, where we'll be like starting from scratch. So do you see what view that do we find any land related challenges, to set up the plant or to do any CPP product like, what we have been able to do well in Gujarat?
Yeah. So as I told you that in Maharashtra, we have already started execution. Okay. So Maharashtra, we have already acquired land. Majority of the land has been acquired. See, over a period of time, we have learned all the expertise. We have all the expertise now with respect to the acquisition of land, with respect to the ROWs. And I understand there will also be a challenge, but we will face the challenge because we have that experience how to resolve ROWs and land issues and everything. At present, as it is told that 4,000 plus acre of land bank is there in KPI itself. And the group company level, you can count it will go more than 10,000 acres. So that expertise, that team has that expertise, and there is a strong team which looks after all these things. We take support from the locals also when we go to any states and everything. So local tie-up will also be there. So we'll try all our expertise and we'll rope in the locals to get these issues also resolved. Because if you have to grow, you have to expand to different territories, not only in different states, but mostly we will be going internationally also very soon.
And sir, any strong order inflows we are seeing in CPP segment or EPC segment?
So as I told you, CIL is already on the books. We'll be signing the final contract with them. We are bidding for all the new upcoming orders also, like if there are upcoming orders from HEVN and other players. So, this is the boom time for renewable energy, and we will like to, make hay when the sun shines. So we believe in that. So we will surely expand on the CPP side. On the IPP side, as I told you, we have already taken, once we start progress in this particular order to an extent, we'll again start adding more and more IPP. Smaller IPP will keep on adding, but a bigger one will shortly, once we show progress in this particular.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as management is able to address questions from all the participants in the conference, please limit your question to 2 questions per participant. Do you have a follow-up question? We request you to rejoin the queue. The next question is from the line of Rajat Gupta, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yes, Rajat.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Rajat, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Congratulations on the fine set of numbers.
Thank you, Rajat.
Overall, macroeconomics, with the new US president assuming the office and overall tariff war going on, I want to know if it is going to impact our business in any way. I mean,
you need to understand. Yeah, understand.
Yeah.
Let me just explain you.
Sorry to interrupt. So, through the last.
So your voice is cracking. I mean, Rajat, we lost you. Hello? Moderator, can you just ask Rajat to repeat the answer?
Mr. Rajat, can you repeat your question, please?
new U.S. president assuming the
Line is not clear. Can you just rejoin the queue? This participant left the queue. I'll move to the next. The next question is from the line of Aman Soni from Invest Analytics Advisors. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Aman.
Sir, I missed on that CPP part, like how we are protected on margin side in CPP segment.
See, on the CPP segment, I mean, profitability margin at EBITDA level would be around 20, a little bit percent here and there. 20% at EBITDA level, CPP margins will be there.
No, you mentioned we are protected on that.
Okay, you're saying we are protected. Yes. So what, essentially, there are two ways. We mitigate the fluctuation in raw material prices risk. One is by the moment we, decide to take an order, we back-to-back, sign a contract or we confirm with our panel manufacturers or turbine suppliers, and we hedge that pricing accordingly.
Got it, sir. So that means it's our internal department which is hedging the prices, right?
Yes.
Understood, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Hardik Gandhi from HMG Shares and Securities Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Hardik, you're audible.
Hi, sir. So thank you for the opportunity and congrats on a good set of numbers. So I just wanted to know a few fundamentals about the IPP model. So if you could help me with the cost of putting up just 1 megawatt.
So 1 megawatt, I'll have cost, right? Is it fixed or it will be a tracker based?
Just a tracker based. That's more efficient for you guys. So I'm assuming you would be putting up that one.
See, it goes from, you can say that depending upon the customization, depending upon the size of land and everything, the design, it might go from 3.25 to 3.8595 also, depending upon how the land is. If it is straight land, it will be less costly. If it is a, land which is not totally straight, then it will be a little bit costly affair, because then every row will have a different structure, and you have to put a tracker for every row. And
Yeah, this is a pure technical question you have asked. Is basically what happened. Based on the land is identified, we have to see that what is the transmission line up to the local power distribution center we call transmission. So that distance matters, and land where it is situated and transmission line and all. Based on this, our transmission cost and adding to the CapEx generally added. So what Salim was telling, it varies. That variability factor depends on the exact site which is coming up for the project execution.
Understood. So, and what would be a good payback period for the IPP projects which we are taking up, since we are purchasing the land also? Along with that, we are putting, I'm assuming the 3.5 crore approx cost, depending, excludes the land also, right?
At present, we are taking all land on lease only, so we are not investing in land as per se. But the payback period ranges from 7 to 8 months, 7 to 8 years for IPP projects.
Okay, and so what is the actual useful life? I know I've read it online that the useful life of a solar module, even the latest technology, they mention it as a 20-year frame, but on reality, it's somewhat different. So what would be a actual useful life of a panel?
See, the APCs say there is a lot of stimulation which is done on the panel. There are machines which test the stimulations and everything. Because at present, I don't think, I think Dr. Alok can answer, there is any plant which has passed 25 years, right?
The thing is like solar industries, which was first installed in the commercial scale starting of Gujarat, 20 years generally is the design life. So after the design life, based on the depreciation of the panel, so we have to just see that survival, whatever this thing. So not a single panel crossed 2 decades as on your design life. So it is on going on. This is for the solar part. But generally government is also very clear, Suppose after 20 years, or 25 years PPA reason. So they want to see the healthiness of the collectors of the solar panel as well as the wind machines. Based on that healthiness, they will recertify for next couple of, whatever the residual time, they generally permit. So that is the trajectory trend for wind industry. Solar, because it is not crossed yet, obviously time will tell us how to deal with it.
Understood, sir. Understood. So since you mentioned there's a long 8-year payback period, and along with that, the asset keeps on depreciating, and since we don't know, so is there a possibility that, just in the 6th or 7th year, there's a drastic reduction in the output of the solar panels?
No, I don't think there is a linear degradation which happens on the panel, which is tested and which is at benign. That's why I told you, there are a lot of simulations which are done on the panel, and that's the reason they give a warranty of 20 to 25 years kind of a warranty. And 8 years is very small period for the panel to, have a drastic change or something. Usually they don't, because we have, panels which are set up 6 years back, and they are still generating, the kind of a PLF that we expected.
What kind of PLF would be, just on an approx basis, post 8 years, if you have that number?
Depending, as I told you, say that what we are getting is, on the fixed, we are getting 18%, which have been set up 6 years, 7 years, which is one of the best in the industry, I can tell you.
Okay. And if for a brand new one, what is the PLF? Just in order to compare.
I told you, the linear degradation is a brand new also. I mean, it depends upon brand new might give you some couple of bips more. Degradation happens. It's very small degradation that happens over a period.
So you mentioned 80%, 80. Is that correct? Or
no? 18% is the PLF. 18% PLF.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Understood. Thank you. That's all from my side. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kush Banaf from Banaf Brothers Finance. Please go ahead.
So am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Kush.
Many congratulations to Farooq sir, you and entire KPI group for a fantastic set of results and always walking the talk. I had a couple of questions, sir. First was, any plans to reduce the pledging and also to get into positive operating cash flow?
Yes, see, pledging, let me be clear on this. This pledging is a collateral. We have given a collateral long back, even before the listing of the company. We had given collateral when we had taken funds from PFC, Power Finance Corporation. So it was a collateral which is still there. There is no fund raised through pledging of shares. Let us be clear on that. Because a lot of rumors goes in the market which people say that since the prices have gone down, the banks are selling because of pledging. Let us not get into those rumors, because a lot of people don't understand the business and they start spreading rumors. So pledging, we have already given a letter to SBI. Now those loans are with SBI. So SBI has already shown a positive, and they said that they will start releasing this pledge in a piecemeal manner. Slowly they will start releasing. So that proposal is already in discussion with State Bank of India for the release of the pledge.
Right, sir. And regarding operating cash flow?
Cash flow will be positive. And if you see, this quarter we don't prepare balance sheet, so next quarter you'll surely see cash flow positive. I think last year also cash flow were positive only.
Right. And I wanted to know, sir, if there is any government policy which can have an adverse effect which we should be wary about.
See, at present there is no such government policy. I think if all the policy are pro renewable energy. You have seen that a lot of, in fact, in latest budget also they have shown, inclination toward increasing the renewable energy. And as we all know, our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi sir, is also very keen to increase the renewable energy portfolio in India and want to project to the world that India is one of the leading players when it comes to renewable energy and reducing carbon emission. So I
want to add it here. You see, now this renewable energy, the formation of policy now, country is telling about one country, one grid. That means what? If you have a project in one state, you can take the power to other state also. So such type of facility being created by the government, so that suppose let's say for Rajasthan there's a lot of solar and Tamil Nadu there's a lot of wind. So how that wind and solar can be transferred to another state like Odisha. So that type of situation is coming to the green corridor. So that is why I've been telling you the opening speech, it is a future is very green. So what Salim is telling, emphasizing on that point only. So need not to be worried for that. Yeah.
Right, sir. Thank you. And one final question, sir. I noticed that in the last 3 months, the pace of land acquisition has increased from September to December quarter. So how do you plan on this land acquisition, the speed of it? Is it as per the future contracts which are coming, or you just keep collecting and then you bid for contracts?
So see, we have Dr. Farooq Patel, our CMD, Chairman and Managing Director, has a vision of till 2030, and we have those plans set up. So this all mathematical calculation is done by our CMD sir, and accordingly he gives us guidance that how much land will be required when. So it is not a gut feeling or something. It is a mathematical calculation done by him, and he guides us to that, and accordingly we work on that, and that's the reason you have seen such a growth. And the land bank, as you know, the order book is there, so naturally the land bank will. We don't want to create land bank as a hurdle, so we are on the resources also, land bank or evacuation, everything is tied up accordingly to the order books, and similarly we bid for the orders also depending upon the availability of resources also. So all this guidance is done by Dr. Farooq Patel, and he himself guides the entire team for all these resource allocations and everything.
Right. Thanks a lot, sir, and all the best, sir, for the future.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Akhilesh Kumar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you for giving the opportunity. My first question is regarding our IPP project where we do PPA for 25 years, mostly with GUVNL and I think NTPC as well. How strong those PPAs are there? Like say tomorrow if module prices comes down and generation cost comes down, do they have provisions for cancelling out our PPA with some certain notice? How we are placed for that kind of thing?
Sir, PPAs are not cancelled. These are long-term PPAs signed by the institution, state government institution. These are power institutions. Secondly, I would also say that the prices, the parity has come into the solar per unit prices. So if you see that PPA prices, I don't think they will go further down. This will be some, the price which is feasible for the operator, for the developer, and for the institutions or the discoms also. So this is a win-win situation because any business to prosper, there should always be a win-win situation for the customer and for the seller also. So accordingly, I think this is the right prices which will not go further down. But nevertheless, there is no such condition in the PPA which say that we can cancel it. Until unless there is we keep on supplying them the power that is required and committed to this.
Okay. Thank you. One more question I have is, we did a couple of times QIPs and both times we have noticed that I think we have done roadshows and management might have interacted a lot of investors and I think they were very well-known FIIs. But I don't able to understand why they keep dumping immediately after getting allotted. You might be in touch with them, like say Morgan Stanley and all. They get allotted in August, they start dumping in September itself in the loss. What may be the rationale? I am not sure, like you are the right person, but yeah.
No, I'll see. We keep on doing calls with them, quarterly calls, every calls when they do, we do with a lot of bigger players, whether it's Morgan Stanley, whether it is other bigger players also. Now you need to understand the international, the sentiments of the sector also. As somebody was asking about the US and everything. So they, sometimes they have that mandate that, this particular sector, we will not increase or we will try to exit this sector. So internationally, there are different, these institutions have different, their own calculation on the sectors and everything, or depending on that. But I would like to highlight over here that KPI Green is not a manufacturer of panels, because if you see a lot of bigger players which have hit, like majority of them which are hit are the manufacturers. We are developers. We develop, and majority of our contracts are within India at present also. So there is no impact on our. We have seen our results. We have given a superb result, and if you see, compared to other players, we have recovered what price we fell down also because of those sellouts. We have recovered that also, and we will surely. But it is a sentiment you cannot, because as we all know, the market is depending upon the supply and demand. create somebody's demand. So automatically, once they are out, then automatically other people also will buy. So we still have a lot of bigger players like Vanguard, which is one of the international biggest investors. We still have portion with Morgan Stanley. We have other bigger players which are far more bigger than the people who have dumped also. So they have entered because they understand the business and they have entered into that.
Okay. That sounds great. And I think that is excessively like unrelated thing people are putting to the KPI, which we are totally domestic oriented and nothing related to that US activity.
Yes.
One more last thing. As we are presenting that we are well ahead of time for that IPP project for 200 megawatt of GUVNL. So can we expect that thing to be happening in March itself, this quarter, like if we are ahead?
So we are trying, we are quite ahead of that. Depending upon the, work progress, we will try to, majority of the portion will be completed by March. Majority of the portion. There might be small, because what the government, the substation, the GSS, what we call it, the government substation, that is in the scope of the GUNL or the government institution. And it happened first time ever it has happened that, we have completed the project and they are still struggling with the substation. So automatically the clause says in the PPA that if they are not completing, they will have to pay us. Without taking the power also, they have to pay us because our plant is ready. So we are in a win-win situation over here also.
Okay, that is great. And the plant will be like say deemed operational only when we have the entire 200 megawatt energized, or it will be in phases?
So plant will be 240 megawatt DC. It will be energized depending upon the phase also. There might be some depending upon the GSS again. I am telling the GSS, but we will complete the plant before majority of the plant will be completed before March.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot, and for congratulations for the great performance, and wish you thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please limit your question to 2 questions per participant. Do you have follow-up question? Please request you to rejoin the queue. The next question is from the line of Ashish Rampuria from Family Office. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Ashish. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
No, so I think congrats once again. Congrats once again for the wonderful performance.
Thanks.
Certainly, a couple of questions. This land bank that you show is the land bank which is free for us to put plants, or it includes the land bank where we already installed our solar plants?
No. So this land bank includes everything what we have installed also, but install is not too much. You'll still have a majority portion is available for us, and land bank is something which we keep on adding. It's a real-time exercise. We keep on adding as and when, because these are not one land parcel; these are multiple land parcels which have taken over a period of time. So we keep on adding, and that is one of the key USP of KP Group. That, as I told earlier, also in the guidance of Dr. Faruk Patel, that we keep on adding these resources so that we have them ready for use whenever the need arises.
So out of this 4,000 acres, right? What percentage would be today free to be deployed or not used at this point in time?
Approximately 2,000 acres. Approximately, I think 2,000 acres would be utilized, and 2,000 acres which is yet to be utilized. And we are adding more and more. So you will see now you'll see a rampant growth in the availability of land bank, because we are taking big projects. So we will keep on adding at a faster pace.
Got it. This MOU we have done with Rajasthan government and Odisha government, can you throw some light in terms of the capacity we are talking about? Is it IPP, CPP, what time duration, and so on and so forth?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Basically, we have first signed an MOU with the Rajasthan government with an intention. Because Rajasthan government, we want to go for local, small and medium scale that industries, those who are need in power and local employment generation. So we have done that whatever your local substation available, we have requested government to list down all the land availability. Generally in Rajasthan, government revenue lands are available on a lease basis, and local substation where I can feed into the power. So we have during our MOU and followed by 2-3 meetings with their government body. So they said that okay, we are under study and give it to us. And after once we get the power irrigation and land facilities, we want to measure some other facilities also to be incurred. We have already created one of our that establishment in Jaipur already. So we want to create this job by next 3 to 6 months. And not only that, what are the progress is happening? CMO office is regularly following with us. What are the development? What kind of support is required? So that means the willingness of the government, political wills is also there, and followed by our on a fortnight or monthly basis follow-up. So we are going ahead for our target. We have signed almost 500 megawatt kind of wind solar at the beginning, and followed by that is to be escalated. So these jobs are going on as far as Rajasthan is concerned. Odisha recently we have signed. So we have also done the similar kind of approach for wind and solar and some part of other technology. So we have requested at least 1500 megawatt kind of solar potential that state. So they are also that Gridco, which is a local body. They said that we want to calling after their Utkarsh Odisha happened recently. So they will call all sort of investors who have signed the MOU, and they will give us the resource where is available. So accordingly, we will plan for the state of Odisha also in the similar way what you are planning for Rajasthan.
And this will be CPP or IPP for each of the states, Rajasthan and Odisha?
Both.
Actually, it will be a combination of both. Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
Fair point. I also see that we have marked out Madhya Pradesh, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, right, in the PPT that we have released, in that light blue color, right? So where are we on that? Is there some tie-up that is already happening in those states, or that is a work in progress?
Yeah, at present, till we finalize everything, we'll not be able to disclose on that. But yes, we are venturing into those states also.
Okay, understood. And Sanjay, you also mentioned about that soon we'll hear about international. Any color that you want to share right now, or should we wait for your disclosure?
I think it's better to wait. We'll give you a surprise on that.
Sure. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sudhir Beda from Beda Family Office. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Sudhir ji.
Morning. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, sir. Boliye, sir.
Congratulations on the solid set of numbers. Sir, just one question. So see, we are growing at, say, 100% on top line, maybe little less than, say, 70-80% on the bottom line since last 3 years. So now I just want to ask whether there are enough opportunity for next 2-3 years that we can show good growth on a higher base. So just wanted to know the opportunities in next couple of years so that our growth momentum can continue. With this kind of growth, we can continue.
Right. So on the opportunity side, you are able to see that in the market itself, there is a lot of boom for the renewable energy, and there are multiple tenders, multiple orders from the government institution, from private conglomerates, from private players, individual MSMEs, mid-corporate kind of companies also. Everybody wants to go for a renewable energy. So there are a lot of opportunities. It's only that how much to take and how much to, because we believe that, just taking opportunity is not important, but executing them before time or on time is an important part, and KP is known for that. So we are cautiously, trading into that. As far as opportunity concerned, believe me, I mean, we can get double or triple of this order book also if we keep, more and more bidding, and if we go to the market with full force. So we are cautiously trading that we have to execute also. So from that point of view, we are a player who will keep up to the commitment and will execute. On the IPP side also, as I told earlier, that it's a decision of also on the leveraging, because IPP will require capital. So we cautiously do over there also. But I think the growth will continue with the opportunity that we have taken. We have taken the opportunity thinking that we will keep on maintaining the growth level that we have committed to the market.
Great. That is so nice to hear. So all the best, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Vaibhav Lodha from Commercial Flight Movers. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
I wanted to understand two things. So firstly, when we are tendering for the newer CPP projects, are we facing any margin issues over there?
See, margins is a factor of various, input that we take, whether it is execution. We have expertise in execution. We have expertise because we have our own plants. We are doing it for. Again, we have, you can say a little bit, our group company is supplying us the infrastructure, which is on a timely basis. And again, so as you have seen that, and the margin has always been, on the CPP side, there will be other players also, but also the market looks at who is the player who will give me a long-term commitment, who is a player who will maintain the quality, who is a player who is capable of executing within the timeline that is committed. There we stand, differently compared to other players, and that's the reason you are seeing that we might be pricing higher, but people are still coming to us because of our ability to execute, because of the resources that we have, because evacuation. We also provide evacuation. We also provide land sublease. So from that point of view, we stand aside and we are able to maintain the margins in that.
Okay, right. And so as we are going forward, more portion of our revenue will be from IPP segment. So what type of PAT margins can we expect at blended levels for FY26 and going ahead?
PAT margin will be able to maintain the PAT margin because our business is a combination of CPP and IPP. I can tell you that going forward, our IPP component, which at present I think is 13% and 17%. 13% is IPP this quarter and 17% is the CPP, which we plan to take it to the level of 22 to 21% kind of going forward. So automatically once my CPP increases, both of them, so we will be able to maintain the margin.
Okay, right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Mitesh Vora, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Wanted to ask regarding the pledging that the earlier person told. Regarding the pledging, do we see all the pledging would be removed? And also, what is the pledging percentage currently? And the second question is regarding, I know there is a separate subsidiary, KPI Green Hydrogen, but do we also plan to take the orders for the hydrogen as well as the orders for biogas coming to us? Yeah.
Fine. I think pledging question I already answered that this is not a pledge for raising fund. It is just a collateral given, and that was given in long back in 2019-20 when our first plant was setting up, and Power Finance Corporation at that time wanted a little bit comfort because we were a small player at that time, and the same pledge is being carried on till now by SBI because that loan is already paid and also, but SBI is giving new loans, and they are. But we have already given a letter and we have approached SBI also, and they have given a positive response that they will start releasing the pledge also. So at present, the pledge that is there, I think it's 45% of what Faruk Sir's total share is. So it would be around, on the total pledge, it would be around 21 to 22%. But this is again, I'm highlighting, people are getting that this pledge is not for fundraise. It was earlier given and it is just a collateral. So the price of the share will not, because the loan that we have from SBI at present is around 400 or 500 crore for the new Khavda project, and the amount of pledge you can understand is around 3,000 to 4,000 crores of that. So there is no margin issue or even with the removes which are going into the market.
Yeah, and the second question regarding the hydrogen. Thanks.
On the hydrogen, yes, you will again see a surprise on the hydrogen side. Will be shortly, giving you a smaller plant we will be setting up. We'll be doing the prototype and everything. But we are coming very strong in the hydrogen space also. I request you to keep watching KP for the hydrogen space also. There will be a lot of surprises on the hydrogen space because the vision of our Dr. Faruk Patel, our CMD chairman, is that, if there is a new technology, if they're saying KP has to be there in that particular segment also. And we are keen on increasing that. So we have a lot of things, but right now we have kept them undercover because we would like to give surprise to the market also.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rajat Gupta, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, Rajat. Yeah, Rajat.
Yes, congratulations on the wonderful set of numbers.
Yes, Rajat.
So my question is regarding the growth trajectory. I mean, last year, in the December quarter of 2023, we have shown similar increase in revenue and
your voice is cracking, Rajat, again. Is there any issue from our side or it is from Rajat's side? I'm not able to.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible, Rajat. Yeah.
Yes, we have shown improvement in December quarter in 2023.
Yes.
And later than our EBITDA and revenue fall in March quarter. So is that any seasonal factors affecting?
No, and I explained this particular question that you need to understand that we do billing on the milestone basis. And some milestones are there where the service component is built. And mostly these components are built in the middle of where there is a slack period where the materials or anything take a slack. So in those milestones, we put the service component is billing is done. So automatically you can see that the EBITDA during that portion, that is, the second quarter usually goes up. Then it tapers down to third and fourth. So there is no pressure on the EBITDA. It's just the cyclicality. If you see the trend, it has always been a little bit cyclical on that second quarter and then taper down in third and fourth quarter because majority billing then is done in the fourth quarter.
Similar challenges in upcoming quarter due to the same problem?
So these is not challenge, I would say. This is just a characteristic of the business. It is not a challenge. We know that these are going to taper down because when we take material component in the billing, so at that time the margin reduces a little. And service component, you have a better margin.
But is it is going to be the same like the last year, right?
Yes, but our margins will be maintained year on year. If you see, our margins have been maintained and they have been strong. One of the best margin in the industry, you can say, Steve.
Okay. And one other question is regarding the macroeconomy. That U.S. president doesn't have a very positive attitude toward the renewable energy sector. So is it going to affect our business model considering that our peer competitors might can shift their competition towards our domestic trade?
See, you need to understand the U.S. market major decision will impact the manufacturers. We are not manufacturers. We are developers. We set up the entire plant and all my contracts at present are within our country. Okay, so there is no direct or indirect link to the US market or anything. But I understand the sentiment is there and that's why the market has got hit. The sector has been hit. All the players in the sectors have got hit. But we are not linked to the manufacturing of panels or anything. And majorly these people will, the manufacturing panel will get hit or something. So from that point of view, we are very much safeguarded and that's why you have seen the better result compared to all other players in this quarter also. So I don't think any impact on the US will impact our business or the operations, matrix.
No, sir. Perhaps my question wasn't really clear. My concern was that hypothetically, if our competitor face any challenges due to the tariff plan or whatever the U.S. president attitudes toward renewable energy, and they might can shift their trade towards competing in the local domestic segment. So is it going to affect our EBITDA margin or trade in any way?
No. In fact, if, for example, if one of the panel manufacturer, he also wants the competition will be between the manufacturers. And if the manufacturers, if there is a cutthroat competition in the manufacturers, naturally the prices of the raw material will go down and they will cut down their prices and everything. And it will be benefit for me rather because I am a developer, I am not a manufacturer. So naturally it will be benefit for all the developers if the prices go down. So I see it from different point of view that, if there is a cutthroat competition in the manufacturer and the US impact is on them, they will cut the prices and I will be on the, beneficial for that particular.
This is number one. Number two, I want to add, Sunny. Today, you know that India is drilling under Make in India initiative, whereby today what is the production capacity in India? In the solar manufacturing capacity over 40 to 50 gigawatt. That is the target for next 2 years. Today, there could be 16 to 20 gigawatt. What pace we are going today in India market? There is last year we have completed solar wind both together 23, 24 gigawatt. So, under Make in India, under PLI scheme, and the target of 500 gigawatt, India is a self-reliant India making their own target. So, whatever the policy, regulatory or tariff imposed by US government, in our opinion, in India will be self-sufficient. And what Salim is telling, if some manufacturing is facing some tariff issues, obviously they will be floating that panel here in India. We being a developer, we are not a manufacturer, so we are in the best position to deal with.
Noted, sir. And one more last question regarding the IPP segment. The revenue seems to be started generating as per the PPA after 7-8 years, as you mentioned. So the earlier project we have set up, is that the revenue have started from our earlier project that is being set up under IPP?
No, and what we said that it's not revenue generation, it's a payback period. Whatever we have invested is that entire payback happens in 7 to 8 years. After that, it is only the profits you can count out as, right? So that earlier projects we have already, as you are aware, that the QIP that we raised, we have repaid all our loans, and that earlier projects are now just cash generating cash cows for me, because there is no debt or anything or repayment on those earlier projects. So we have cleared all those, and there's a company is getting a good, unencumbered or untied up cash flows from those projects. And the new project that we are setting up, they have a, what we say the payback period or what we have the break-even point of 7 to 8 years. So that after that, now there is a life is of 20 to 25 years. So automatically, those will also be a very big cash cows as we go forward.
Okay. That's it from my side, sir. Thank you very much, and we appreciate the hard work you are doing, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Govinda from Natwarlal and Sons Stockbrokers. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Govinda.
Yeah, firstly, congrats on a good set of numbers. My question is, I mean, you have, as you said, that you have good orders in the IPP, but due to, the capex amount, you are looking forward for raising the debt. I mean, you have strong cash flows, and I can, see that it will be going to sustain. So why don't you start executing now onwards? And what would be the capex amount on each plant in the IPP segment?
We have already started execution. As I told you, one of our Khavda project is ahead of schedule. So we'll be energizing of the COD of that plant will be done ahead of schedule. The other plants also, like 50 megawatt GNL, again we have started the plant. Even before the financial closure, we have invested our own equity and we have started working on that plant also. So believe me, usually the gestation period or the period for construction given by the PPAs is 2 years from signing the PPAs. We target that we will close it within 12 to 15 months. So we are ahead in all our execution. There are a lot of things which needs to be catered, right from the land to the evacuation substation, evacuation permissions and everything. Just because we are very much ahead in the collecting the resources, we are able to execute before time. And believe me, all those will be done before time.
Okay. So secondly, I wanted to know that any geographical impact because you are exploring new regions, right? I personally think that Gujarat is one of the hottest state out there. So any, views on that?
See, there is no impact because we are not a new player who is entering the market for the first time. We have been in this industry for more than decades, and we are the only player which has capability of wind as well as solar. So very few players has this capability and in development. And we have done a lot of bigger projects, more than almost 3 gigawatt of projects we have done overall in this industry. So we have those expertise, and I understand there will always be challenges, but we are well prepared for those challenges, and we have a good team, which includes JEDA, JEDCO, retired IPS officers, IS officers. We give us a guidance, and they help us in facing these challenges. So there will be challenges, but nothing that which cannot be handled.
Okay. Lastly, may I know the total order book value at present?
It is very difficult to value because orders are different. Like at present, I have more than 2.86 gigawatt of order book, which is there as shown in the presentation. Out of this, there will be orders which are some orders like conglomerate, like Aditya Birla order, which will be without materials like panel and anything. There will be orders without windmill and anything, and there will be orders with windmill with panels also, like Mahagenco or anything. So exactly, bifurcating them is not, because the figure will not tally up with that, because every order has a different what we say calculations for or the value. But I can give you a megawatt that we had shown in the presentation. We have approximately 2.86 gigawatt of as of Jan 15th.
Okay. Any expansion strategy on CPP? Like what would be the cost reduction, and what would be the power evacuation, grid transmission cost, and how that would be come down as you will grow with the orders in the CPP segment?
As I told earlier, our CMD, Dr. Faruk Patel, has always, guided us to leveraging on the latest technology. So we are working on latest technologies for the reduction on the cost also. We have robotic, we have network operation system, which is one of the few big players only have this network operation systems, which and everything. So it helps us also to check which panels give a better generation and everything. All those history is there with us. This helps us to work on a lot of things, on acquiring more clients, on reducing the cost. A lot of designing also happens on that. So we are working on that cost reduction and everything, and we play it in the market while acquiring the new customers. These all things play as a USP of our company.
Okay, fine, sir. That's it from my one more. The capex on each plant in the IPP segment?
You mean to say capex on each plant? Like their IPP, we have different plants. We have hybrid plants, we have solar plants, we have solar without tracker, we have solar with tracker.
On an average, it would be?
See, a hybrid, I mean, if I say around 6 to 8 for the wind portion, you can say 6 to 8 crore per megawatt for the wind portion. And when it comes to the solar portion, it ranges from 3 to 3.75, 85, depending upon the land and everything. All factors are there. It's just a ballpark figure, but exactly it depends upon the land, it depends upon the evacuation, how far, as Dr. Alok Das has told us that evacuation, all these factors play a role when it comes to the pricing of the IPP also.
Okay, sir. That's it from my side. Thank you so much. Wishing you for your future endeavors.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Agastya Dave from CAO Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, Parin, Agastya, sorry. Agastya.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Sir, you have answered most of the questions that I had. One question was, this is remaining was, probably at the earlier part of last year, mid to early part of last year, a lot of bottlenecks started appearing in the supply chain. So there was shortage for particular ancillary parts. For example, transformers was an issue. There were a number of issues. So how are we placed now? How do you see the supply chain and the supplies of various components that you need for execution? How is that placed as of now?
Yeah. See, as I told you earlier, a lot of planning goes into this. When we set up these plants and everything, we do a thorough planning. We are guided by Dr. Faruk Patel, our CMD, that, how to manage the supply chain impact and everything. So, we are always proactive when it comes to the execution. Because we have a target that, we will complete all our execution beforehand. So accordingly, we plan for the supply and we plan for our other components of execution also. And as I told you, on the supply side also, So the major portion of supply component which sometimes takes more time is the infrastructure. That is the MMS structure, windmill towers, and these are built in-house by our KP Green Engineering, our own factory. So there we have that level that we can get it at any time kind of, and that's why this gives us a upper hand compared to our competitors, that we can execute project within timeline or before timeline.
I have full faith in your capabilities. My question was slightly different. So let's suppose you get a brand new order today. So how long will you, and you start working on it. So how long will it take for you to execute the entire project? Let's say the project is 100 megawatts, solar with tracker, and you have the land available with you. So with that, how long does it take for you to execute that project?
Executing, believe me, we might, if we go full-fledged and we put all our resources, we can do within, if it is pure solar, it can be done within, 6 to 8 months also. This is very short a period, depending upon all other factors, if the evacuation is on the other side. Like if you see Khavda project, we are again doing it as a record timeline, and that is also a tracker base.
Right. Right. So another thing that you mentioned in one of the answers was that if you want, you can bid and win 2x the number of orders that you already have on your hands.
Yeah.
So again, sir, in terms of demand for going forward, so the execution side is very clear. You have the order book, you have the everything planned, and whatever your targets are for the next 2 to 3 years, you will execute those. But in terms of further demand, what is the state of the demand? Is it accelerating? Because from where I stand, I see that the renewable side is the biggest source of private sector capex as of now in the country. Every industry is going for it. So is there a let-up in demand, or the demand, do you see it continuing at the current pace, or do you see an acceleration?
No, I see the demand rather increasing than this space, because a lot of players are entering into it. A lot of benefit. Government's push is more important. You see light of government has started on the renewable. They are also thinking of going into offshore windmill and everything. So demand, I don't think will reduce or something. In fact, I see it to be increasing going forward, because bigger projects are coming, and a lot of because our target, the national target is so big that we have to accelerate the demand to achieve that target within the timeline specified.
There was one particular allocation which was made in the budget this year, which saw a substantial jump, and that was the rooftop project that the Prime Minister has been speaking about. Right. And the government has actually committed a lot of funds in the budget. So I was just wondering, sir, since you are a large-scale EPC developer, I was just wondering, sir, are you going to be part of that project, the entire program, the rooftop solar? I don't remember the names of whatever the Prime Minister has given.
Yeah. See, there are two programs where government has giving assistance or a subsidy for that. That is for Har Ghar Solar. That one project program is there. From that program, we are also setting up a couple of orders over there. But we are at KPI. We are basically more on a ground mounted and a bigger projects.
I just wanted to clarify, sir. So thank you very much for conducting the Concall again this quarter. I hope you also do it for KPEL.
Surely, we will be shortly.
Thank you very much, sir. All the best for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pareen Gala from Sage One. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Salim bhai. Good afternoon. Salim bhai, I wanted to understand that module price is what percentage of the capex per megawatt?
It depends. Around 60% would be the module price. Okay.
So I'm just a little curious that module prices over the years have significantly corrected, right? So I still wonder, bidding still happens at least the government levels, the IPPs at 310, 315, 325. Why would per unit cost not come down?
Can you repeat the question? I'm not clear. You want to understand why the prices of the tender not coming down, or why the prices
Yes. In the reverse bidding or whatever in the auctions, when the module prices over the last few years have crashed almost 60-70%. And in the 2020 time, we have seen NTPC and SECI orders bid at 2 rupees also. I understand at that time module prices were high and you would not be able to make money. But today at that price, there is a possibility. I'm just trying to understand why the unit prices in the auctions are still at 3.5 or whatever it is.
If
60% of the cost is module cost at the end of the day.
Yeah, I understand. See, when earlier, if you say there were very less off-takers for those projects. If you see, earlier a lot of tenders were not allocated because of the disparity between the module prices and the rate that was raised. Now with the module prices coming down, there are a lot of off-takers have added, and they have also, because see, until unless, as I told you earlier, there should be also win-win situation for the buyer and the seller. So if there is a profitability, only then the people will enter and then the sector will progress. So from that point of view, I think now with the
profitability of the sector is a little too, too generous, I feel sometimes, the kind of margins that everybody is making, not just our company. The kind of margins are being made, the kind of ROEs that are being made, I think it's more than generous actually, isn't it?
Naturally, see, because we are creating the differentiation in the market, no? See, there are players who will get, but until unless a lot of players will take the orders, whether they will execute within time period, whether they will give the same quality, whether they will, use, the same design what they have been. So a lot of factors, derive the margin. We are doing a good margin because of our
margin part is less precise, sir. I'm just saying, and when there is a lot of competition, there are a lot of bidders for one particular project itself. And in reverse auction, still the prices are pretty high. I'm just trying to understand that when cost of per megawatt has come down, the unit prices, in fact, instead of going down, have gone up. That is what I'm trying to understand that logic.
If you see on an average, 3 to 4 crore per megawatt is the cost. And the unit prices that government tenders and everything is giving around 2.75 to 3 rupees. Which is in parity, which has been, because I know the sector long back when government started the subsidy through JNMRE, Jawaharlal Nehru Mission Renewable Energy. So at that time, the cost per megawatt was 15 crore and the cost per unit was 15 rupees. Today they are in parity again. The cost per megawatt is on 3.5 to 4, and the parity is, that on an average we get 3 rupees per unit.
I can add things like what Salim was telling. If I'll just tell you. Previously, your question was why the reverse auction price is not coming below, as because your panel cost is coming reduction, right? That is your specific question. Yes. So now, when
the larger part is the biggest part of the capex.
Yeah. So now, today, whatever the reverse auction coming, based on the developer who are bidding, that there are two components. One is panel cost, another for the balance of cost. Now, this balance of cost, previously, whatever the BOP cost was there today, because of the competition, B component price is going high. So that is what all the bidders, those who are bidding in a sustainable manner, on a levelized cost manner, so they are coming in a reverse auction. You can see it is coming to 3.12, something in that range. So that is coming to on a levelized cost. If it is coming certain kind of fixed, the FDRE, where you are telling the name of the NTPC and all, so they need certain firm power. Obviously, you have to plan in your system design. So that is why that rate is coming over 4 rupees at the reverse auction. Something like that. So that costing is coming based on, because life cycle basis, you have to come with the power, firm power you have to get. So that is what that costing which is coming previously, B component is coming high, even the A component little reductions with the value addition. So that is what it is coming towards the APPC value. And if it is not coming to the levelized cost nearing to the APPC value of the distribution company, so that is to be approved by regulator. So regulator also see that why the prices should not cross beyond the APPC value. So that is why it is coming in between 3 to 3 and 3.25, something like that.
Sir, is cost of land a major component for the cost being high also?
Yes. Sorry, we didn't get the question.
Cost of land.
Land is on lease. We are taking land on lease.
Yeah, it is on lease, but even lease prices are higher, right?
No, so private, still I don't think it is a major component of the entire project cost. Majority goes towards the panel only. So panel derives the profitability also to an extent, I can say.
Sure. So my other question is, Salimji, in this entire order book of 2.8 gigawatt that we have, what portion of that order book also has an O&M component to it?
I would say 100% of the order book includes O&M.
Okay. So then, sir, in the next...
On the CPP side. On the CPP, see, IPP is my own. So I mean, that is my O&M only. CPP side, the initial 3 years minimum, the condition always is there that minimum 2 to 3 years O&M has to be handled by us, and later on they will think. But believe me, we have the technologies and everything which are, robotic cleanings and everything. So naturally they will continue the O&M with us only, most of them.
So, sir, in the next 2 to 3 years, what kind of O&M revenues can we expect out of whatever we will execute? Approx?
See, for what we say a C&I CPP, there my revenue, for O&M I charge approximately 4 to 5 lakh per megawatt per year, with an escalation of 2 to 3% year on year. So at present, if, for example, if I have a CPP installed capacity of 362. So you can say that per year going forward, you'll see around minimum, because some particular year or something we give free O&M. So from you can say once this all matures, you will have around this 362 megawatt will give you 36 crore of O&M and lease, because we also charge 5 lakh for lease per annum per megawatt. So approximately 36 crore, which would be what we can say a ballpark figure for this 360, and whatever we add, we'll keep on adding to that.
No, sir, land is over and above the 5 lakhs?
Yes, land is other. 5 lakh lease and 5 lakh O&M.
Understood. And sir, last question, are we doing something on the battery storage side? I mean, not maybe the manufacturing side, obviously, but any orders where we, I mean, in the press release, I've not heard anywhere where there is a battery storage component to the option, but are we looking into that vertical as well?
Yes, we are at nascent stage. We are looking into that. See, as I told you, if the technology needs to be supported, we will leverage on those technologies. So we are in discussion, but at present they are at nascent stage, and we will shortly be coming in public domain once we finalize all those things.
Sir, last question, this 5 lakh of land lease is also per year per megawatt, right?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Sir, all the best. Thank you so much. Yes.
Sorry, per megawatt, I'm saying that is around 3 acres or something, what we get.
Yeah, understood. Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kishan Kumar from Lion Hill Capital. Please go ahead.
So congrats, sir, and a lot of questions have been already asked. Just one point, if you could talk about, sir, you talked about efficiency in terms of timeline on projects. So if you take CPP projects, what kind of timeline do you kind of complete projects from signing contracts to compared to other competitors? Sir? Can you give some color of the advantage efficiency you have?
Yeah, Krishna. Krishna, see, every project has its own characteristic. So if the project is pure execution, without any land, without any evacuation or anything, I might complete, as I told you, I put full force and I can complete 100 megawatt within 6 to 8 months also. Not an issue. Before that also. But when it comes to land, when it comes to also, usually, like Mahajanko, we have got 18 odd months or something. So we have to complete that. Because the land, collection is also, and evacuation is an important part. So any project, timeline, major time goes into the evacuation and the land. Whereas the solar projects, it is very, I would say setting up the solar project will not be a big challenge to work on it. So our execution capabilities are very fast. We have done projects in record times, whether it is ours or it is customers also. But only thing that what kind of project is that depends upon that, the characteristic of that project.
Sure, sir. So the second question, sir, is there are some states, like for example in Tamil Nadu, the land is also acquired. Basically, there is nobody kind of leasing out land at this point in time. So, would you be interested to work in such geographies also, sir, or you would only like to work in areas where these?
So you talked of your questions about Tamil Nadu, right? Very specifically,
yes,
you're asking.
Yes, sir.
Tamil Nadu, if you see the geography of Tamil Nadu, there is only private land acquisitions available. So government land probably they are not giving. Near term, we are attempting a demography where government is supporting by way of a long lease of their government revenue land. So Tamil Nadu is not our first that kind of priority as on today.
Sure, understand, sir. So you wouldn't like to invest into land basically as a model. You would like to have more leasehold land to where you can work basically.
Naturally. See, we have resources. We need to allocate those resources accordingly. I mean, buying land would curtail my capacity of expanding further. So I don't want to put that on the debt side. And accordingly, we are going with the lease because that will be the little bit asset-light model for us.
Sir, you talked about 2 MOUs with Rajasthan and another government. So these are exclusive to you, or can the government also open up another MOU with some other player also? Similarly, how do you see it evolving, sir, in these 2 states?
No, basically what happened, those who have signed for MOU, that particular state, the state has got certain moral obligations to provide the resources. What we have asked out of that MOU, we need certain resource creation to establish the project, these 2 states. So government is proactively working how to allocate the resource to the developer so the project can be developed. So this is, as on today, this stage is happening. So we are trying to first create a resource, and after that we will be doing both like CPP, IPP projects there also.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Wish you all the best, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pavan Kumar from Shade Capital. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you're on. Wow.
Yeah, most of my question are answered. Only one question, like you have mentioned that you are looking for opportunities in overseas also. So could you tell me the reason behind it, considering you are telling like already there are a lot of opportunities in the domestic market?
Pawan, your voice is cracking. Can you step little aside from the mic because it's bursting. I'm unable to get the clear question.
Yeah, is it clear now?
Yeah, it is clear now. Yes.
Yeah, so my question is, like you are mentioning that you are looking for some international opportunities also. So what is the reason for that, just to understand?
See, as I told you, international opportunities, we are approached by international players. We are looking out for international. We are doing study on international markets also. So, but all these are at nation state. We will not be coming out in public domain unless we have some constructive roadmap for that.
Okay, and do we see some like advantages vis-a-vis the domestic market?
Naturally. See, there will until and unless there is an advantage, we will not step into those markets. So there is an advantage, there is a benefit for which we will be, pouring into those markets.
Okay. Thank you. That's the question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ashish Rampuria from Family Office. Please go ahead.
Thank you. One follow-on question. I think you mentioned that there's something also in green hydrogen that might get announced. What will be the KPI Greens play in the green hydrogen opportunity?
See, it's a KP group, right? So we will be under, but wherever it is, like for example, you understand KPI green is a power generator, okay? And green hydrogen, biggest raw material is what? Power, green power. Right?
Got it.
So naturally, if KPI has the biggest raw material for the hydrogen, automatically KPI will play a role. But at present, we will not disclose anything on.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Samrat Shah, who is an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. First of all, I would like to congratulate the entire team, especially Farooq Bhai and Salim sir, for giving such a robust quarter. I've been an investor of the group since the last 3.5 years now, and I have immense faith in the group. I have a couple of questions. Firstly, regarding the milestone billing which was talked about, I wanted to know for the big orders like the Khavda and Coal India project, what kind of milestones have been completed, and when would the billing be accounted for? Like how much has been accounted already, and what percentage would be accounted for in the coming quarters?
The Coal India Khavda project, which we have taken, okay? Till third quarter, there is no billing done in Coal India. We will be starting billing from the fourth quarter onwards for the CPV Coal India project.
Okay. And regarding the Aditya Birla project, sir,
They are being, executed according to the milestone that is set up, and we have been doing billing. Whatever completion of work, we do billing. Various milestones are there. So according to the milestone, we are doing the billing.
So on a rough basis, approximate basis, the Khavda project is of 900 crore, Coal India is of 1,300, and Aditya Birla is of 450 crore. If you add up, it comes to around 2,000. Yeah.
Khavda project, 900 crore we are talking about is the IPP project. That is my own project.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
That is my CapEx. That is my CapEx. So I will not do the billing for that. Okay. Now, Coal India, as I told you, Coal India. Aditya Birla, again, it is an EPC contract, so we are doing billing. It's spread over more than 1.5 years, so your billing will be also spread over those periods. Exact billing, how much that is, so I cannot disclose the exact how much billing we have done for, because Aditya Birla will object on that, how much billing and all. So those details will not be shared. But
right, so I just wanted yeah, okay. So I just wanted to have a rough idea of the revenue figures in the next coming quarter and the year. That's why I was.
See, we have given, we just spoke in the beginning that, 60%.
50-60%, yeah.
So we will minimum is 60%, so we'll surely surpass, inshallah.
Yeah. And one last question, sir. The land bank which you have is around 4,000 acres. I would like to know what is your target land bank in the coming, say, 2 years?
The target depends upon my target of the orders that I have. Okay, so we keep on adding land bank. Land bank is acquisition of land bank is a real-time process. We keep on adding to that. So it depends upon how much orders I have, and accordingly we plan the land bank.
Right, sir. And one last part, sir. A personal request. Whenever Faruk Bhai is free, I would like to fly from Chennai and meet him, because of creating immense wealth for me and my family. So just from your end, if you could arrange this. Yeah. Thank you.
Surely, I'll surely pass on the message, and I'll request him also from my side. Yeah?
Right.
Thank you so much for showing trust on us and Dr. Faruk Patel also.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pavan from Freedom. Please go ahead.
Hi, thanks for the opportunity. So IPP capacity went up from 140 megawatt in Q3FY24 to 170 megawatt in Q3FY25. But the power generation went up only from 5.7 crore units to 6.1 crore units, which is like a 7% growth versus 21% growth in the IPP capacity. What is the reason for the difference in the growth rate?
See, when we set up an IPP project, for example, if the quarter 3, immediately on the first day of the quarter 4 starting, that you can say that, 1st of October, the new plant will not...
Megawatt has been live from Q1 FY25.
Yes. No, period, so your revenue generation depends upon the period, how much period that plant was energized. For example, if a plant is energized from December, so automatically that capacity will get added, but the generation will not get added because it gets energized from December. So some energized from October. So it's a linear calculation that is to be.
No, what I mean to say is that the 171 megawatt has been live from June quarter end.
Yeah, it was not live from June quarter. It was live on September. It was live. If you say that earlier one, previous quarter, whatever capacity we said, that was live on the last day of that plant. So it can be started from earlier also. It can be even the starting of September or starting of July.
71 megawatt has been live for the full of Q3 FY25. And similarly, Q3 FY24, at least 137 megawatt has been live full quarter. Okay, if not 141.
Yes.
So, there is a growth in capacity by 21%, 21.27%. But the unit generation grew only 7%. What is the reason for the fall in the production?
That's what I'm saying. No, sir, 130, you are saying that previous quarter 131 was live. So 131 was already live for the entire. In my plant, which is generated, the additional capacity may have started in the month of December itself. So there is no addition to that unit because it has started in December. It was not there in October or November. So it depends upon when I start the plant.
Presentations that you have shared.
Yeah.
From the quarterly presentations that you have shared, 171 megawatt has been live as of at least June 2024 end.
No, if you read properly, capacity since it is sir, let me explain you. capacity, IPP installed capacity till Jan 15 we are mentioning IPP the presentation that we have shared, right? This quarter. So it is still, that is, as on that date, it is 171. But it's not that 171 started from the first day of October. So that much unit, it must have started.
Q1FY25 presentation, which is as on 30th June 2024 end.
Yeah.
As on that
so
day,
what was the capacity?
171 megawatt has been live. So for the full quarter, the 171 megawatt has been live.
Right. So, but see, plant gets live. And then also there are factors like, your generation depends upon availability of grid and everything. So all those factors also taken into consideration.
Yes, so trying to understand what are those factors.
See, that's what I'm saying. The growth cannot be linked to the entire, the new plants. When they add the capacity, you cannot, until unless, at least I think 6 to 8 months or 1 year, you understand that, that the plant capacity, because there are a lot of things which needs to be corrected and everything, and the plant generation, again, is taken into consideration, the grid availability is taken into consideration. So there will be a growth, but it's not that it will be very adjacent or proportionate to the growth of the capacity in the initial phase.
Got it, sir.
Factors can be your grid availability, factors can be your seasonality, factors can be your off takers also. So all those factors have been taken into account.
Sir, my question was because the 14% seems to be a large drop. That's the question. But I understand. So the second question is, Coal India order is of 300 megawatt AC, right? How much would it be in DC?
DC Coal India would be around just around 400 plus will be the DCI. Yeah.
30% will be the 1.3 is the conversion load factor.
1:3. Yeah, 1:1.3.
Okay. So does the entire 100% of the order book has PPA signed?
PPA? Yes, the PPAs are signed for my IPP project. PPAs are already signed.
What about the CPP projects, sir? Are you aware whether all the projects are signed?
CPP project, I do the EPC. So the PPAs are signed. For example, Coal India has signed PPA with GUNL. And after that only they have given us the order. So all CPP projects, PPAs are signed, and after that only they give us the order.
Got it, sir. The last question from me, what are the module prices per watt right now that you are procuring approximately?
The pricing is a very, confidential information. I can tell you we buy from tier 1 like Wari, MV, we purchase. But pricing is something that you and my supplier will not allow me to disclose this pricing in the public forum.
Okay, sir. You can tell us whether it is above 14 cents per watt or less than 14 cents per watt?
No, sir. There are different differences. We have long-term relationships.
No, on an average.
I tell you, and the average, whatever the model prices in the market are doing the same prices, they will offer. But there are a lot of things which will play into, the quantity that we give, we also take into consideration timeline by when they will be giving us. All the factors are taken into consideration for the module prices. So exact prices I will not be able to disclose in this public forum.
Fair enough. Thank you. No other questions from me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time, we will take that as the last question. I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Thanks everyone. And I would, Siddharth Thakur this side. I would like to thank all the investors and all the dignitaries who were part of this meeting. I would believe it was a very fruitful meeting. We have answered all the key questions, and we appreciate your trust and in our growth and in the investment that you have made with us, and we'll continue to deliver these and strong returns going in the next quarter as well. And until next time this week, signing off from KPI management. Thank you.
Thank you all. I'm there.
On behalf of KPI Green Energy Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.